Hello everybody, Logan here with another video. Today, I have something really cool to show you. This is the brand new for 2023 Seasonal Visions International Skeleton Santa that is being sold exclusively at the Home Depot. So this is a very interesting animatronic as it fits into two holidays. It's kind of like the Jack Skellingtons and Krampus, and I guess you can kind of say Jack Frost as well. This you can use for both Christmas and Halloween, and I'm really into that kind of thing. But what I really like about it is, instead of it being like the Jack Skellington Sandy Claus, it's kind of his own unique and original character. So, Seasonal Visions basically took, like the Grim Skull here, that's painted like the punk rocker with like the really white teeth. And, has like the standard hands, and slapped on a Santa body, and kind of dirtied up a Santa costume, which, by the way, I have so many like high praises for this thing. Where they made something really interesting that I really like. So, this guy is currently going for $150, which is a really good price. Like, okay, the quality on this is like abnormally superb. I don't know if this is like this on the other SVI Santas. This is the only one I own. This will probably be the only one I will ever own. But for one, the costuming is just very nice. It's not super thin. The velvet is relatively thick. And on the back, I'm kind of walk around over here to see if I can show it off. Instead of it being Velcro, it's actually zipped, which is really nice. The belt's actually a pretty nice material as well. And even this being plastic, it's still relatively thick. Now, the gold does kind of rub off a bit, but I think that's like my only issue. The boots also, again, are a thick material. It's not very thin. The beard is pretty nice. It's not super flaky. And even like the hair as well, pretty nice material. The hat fits really well on the head. I don't see it blowing off, and again, it's a nice material. The sack Velcro's on, and there's like a hook right here that kind of helps support like the string. I think is what it's supposed to do. I think I'm technically supposed to I don't really know what the purpose of this hook is. Honestly, I probably should have read the instructions more clearly. But there's a hook here for something. The sack's also like a nice material, and it's stuffed, and it comes with a little plastic nutcracker, which like spooky, 2 gift boxes, and a bunch of twigs. And the gift boxes are just cardboard with like a ribbon around them. And I like that this kind of resembles the Haunted Mansion wallpaper. I thought that was kind of a cool little nod to Disney. This guy has probably one of the coolest background music I've ever heard on an SVI prop. They kind of take some classic Christmas tunes and give it a bit of a darker and spookier twist. And you will hear it. And if you watched my demo, then you definitely would have heard it. It was the first thing I noticed. Sardonyx heard it as well, and a bunch of my other friends heard it. We're all like, dude, that's really cool. Like, that sounds really awesome. So I'm really happy with that, and I like that approach that SVI took with him. Another thing that I really like about this guy, and apparently they did this with all the other Santas, but they didn't have to do it on this particular one, is he's got a plastic body form. Like, see if I can, you can kind of see it. If you think Old Jimmy, like the collapsibles, it's like that. It's really nice. It's very fitting. I mean, it forms him very well. Now, I'm a little surprised I did it on this guy because, he's a He's a skeleton. On the other Santas, I'm a little less surprised because, Santa's a big, portly, jolly fat man. This is a skeleton. So, but it was really nice that they did that. I did get some questions in my DMs. Is this guy weatherproof? No, he is not. It's a standard prop build. But again, he is very nicely made. And especially for $150, I was pleasantly surprised. And the assembly was pretty easy. My only little complaint is that the clothing does not have a lot of give to it, especially in the sleeves. So when you're finagling the arms, it's a little challenging because they're a little stiff. But, I got it on, so if I got it on, I think you'll get it on just fine. But that is something to note. But, yeah, I like this guy. He has quite a few phrases, and we will go through all of them. One thing I do also want to note is SVI fixed the constant motion issues where they would pause. He keeps going, just wham, bam, 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 and it looks really good, and I'm very happy that they fixed that. The audio quality is really good as well, and the animation looks really nice. Even though it has very little, it's just the head that turns side to side, and the jaw moves, but I honestly really don't think he needs a lot more animation. But yeah, so let's go ahead and plug him in. And we can see him in action.
Why, hello there! Have you been naughty or nice this year? Naughty? You better get your act together. Much worse than coal will be coming to you and your family Christmas morning if you keep that up. Do you believe in Santa Claus? You better. A lack of festive spirit makes me very angry. And don't you want the gifts you asked for? Keep your ears open past midnight Christmas Eve, and you just might hear when I slither down the chimney with my terrible gifts. I must say, it's sure nice being away from the South Pole. The chill there just goes right through me. Don't bother leaving milk and cookies out. I really just don't have the stomach for it. But some spare ribs might be a nice snack if you have them. I see you where you are sleeping. I know when you're awake. I'm gonna leave some spooktacular presents under the tree this year for all the misbehaving children. Just be sure to not open them till Christmas morning. I'll be watching. Snakes for Jackie, spiders for Annie. Oh, it's the most horrible time of the year! Have you met my evil Christmas elves? They sure do love helping me terrorize the naughty children. Just be careful not to get too close. They are naughty little things and will bite your finger. If you do come visit, be careful to not stray too far, or the Yeti just might get you. Why, hello there!
So those are all of his phrases. And again, the music is just phenomenal. I really love just how kind of dark and dreary it is. I think it's super well done. I don't know who composed it, but they did a really good job. Additionally, I like the voice. I like how it's not a traditional Santa voice, and they went with kind of a higher pitched character. He sounds kind of goofy and more silly, and I do like that, and I'm glad they didn't go with either normal Santa Claus or the deep Mike Reynolds voice. I think it works very well. I like the direction that Home Depot is going with their Christmas collection, where they're doing kind of an edgier collection where they have this guy and Jack Frost. And I hope this guy does super well. I know Jack already sold out. I don't know about this guy. I haven't really paid much attention to him. But I really hope they sell out because I want to see more dark Christmas characters. He mentions a Yeti. I would love to see a Yeti animatronic. I want to see little skeleton elves as well. A skeleton Mrs. Claus to go with him. Skeleton reindeer. It would be super cool to add on to kind of the dark and spooky Christmas collection that Home Depot has kind of starting to introduce. This is definitely inspired by the 12-foot skeleton and how people use him as a seasonal piece. And I think this was a super smart decision because, you know, I like having a lot of different skeletons in my cemetery with fun and quirky personalities. And I think this is, like, perfect. It's funny. It's goofy. You know, when you're walking through my cemetery, you're going to see a Santa Claus, and you're going to be like, what? You know, it's going to be super confusing, and then you see that he's a skeleton Santa Claus, and he's all kind of twisted. You know, he came from the South Pole, not the North Pole, and he leaves spooky presents, which I think is just, again, perfect, and I like those subtle little funny, like, details that Depot and Seasonal Visions, you know, sprinkled in there. So, I'm really happy with this prop. And again, for $150, this is a steal. It's a very well done piece. It's all plastic, so you're not going to deal with rot or deformities. Again, it's got the classic grim head that we all know and love. The jaw moves super well. I mean, it moves a lot. The hair doesn't really flake much. He's pretty stable as well. I've not noticed any stability issues. I like him a lot. I really do highly recommend this piece to anyone, you know, who wants, like, more fun skeleton characters like me, because I really love SVI skeleton characters. I would jump on this as fast as you can. I really would. Anyway, guys, that is all for me. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.